This is a video on determining if a sequence converges or diverges. The question states, determine if the sequence with the given nth term converges or diverges. And the nth term, a sub n, is n factorial divided by 2 to the n. In order to determine if a sequence converges or diverges, we take the limit as n approaches infinity of that nth term, in this case n factorial over 2 to the n. Sometimes when dealing with factorials and powers, it's easier to write them out. So n factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6, all the way up to n. And 2 to the n is just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times all the way to 2, and there's n of them. So I'm going to look at the first 3 factors of each of these, and then the last ones separately. So I split that up, and I can write it as 1 times 2 times 3 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 4 times 5 times 6 through n over 2 times 2 times 2 times through 2. And the reason for that is these first 3 terms don't depend on n. That's just a constant. But notice that for the last ones, those are all at least as big as 4. And I'm going to replace all those numbers by the number 4. And I can say that 4 times 5 times 6 times ... all the way to n is greater than 4 times 4 times 4 times all the way to 4. So the reason I did that is 4 divided by 2 is a real nice number. That's just 2. So each of these numbers become 2. And what I get is 1 times 2 times 3 over 2 times 2 times 2. That's just 3/4. And then each of these 4 over 2s are 2s. How many of them are there? Well, I started out with n numbers up on top. I took away 3 of the numbers, so now I'm left with n minus 3 numbers. So I can say that this limit is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of, well, here's our 3/4. And then each of these were 2. There were n minus 3 of them. So that's times 2 to the n minus 3. So now let's take a limit as n goes to infinity. We still have this constant, but 2 to the infinity minus 3 is just infinity. So we get infinity. And I'm ready to state my conclusion. I can conclude that the sequence with nth term a sub n equals n factorial over 2 to the n diverges. And that's true because the limit was equal to infinity. And I'm done with the problem.